It's week 2 of the NFL preseason, where depth charts and playbooks will be put to the test. It's the Bucs and the Ravens, and it comes your way next.
With Chesapeake Bay gleaming in the distance, we are inside M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore, Maryland. Tonight, it's a preseason matchup between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Baltimore Ravens. Brandon Gaud and Charles Davis, happy to be back alongside you. And I'll tell you what, yes, it's just week 2 of the preseason, but now they've got one game under their belts. And a lot of guys trying to prove some stuff down on the field here today.
Not only that, these coaches like to win. And I used to think it really didn't matter who won in the preseason. Then I watched some of those shows that the NFL does. And you see the coaches in preseason after a loss jumping all over their guys. So I learned one valuable lesson. Wins and losses count no matter what time of year it is.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go from M&T Bank Stadium. This one fielded at the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Number 8, Lamar Jackson, trotting onto the field at quarterback, ready to lead this Ravens offense.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
Jackson looking to throw right away. And a quick throw here, that's complete. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he'll get a couple up to the 29. And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. He'll drop it off to McAllister as running back. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. At his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. On 2nd down and 4. Jackson going to throw right side here, complete. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs' 41-yard line. 12 yards the pickup there, good for a Raven first.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
Running right, here's McAllister. And some room to roam now. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. A handoff to McAllister. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
41 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's first and goal.
The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Another run with McAllister. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on second and goal here. They run for the first time with James Cook. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on third and goal? Jackson looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip. Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
Well, they certainly were moving it well, and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal. That's wondered in his game partner. Will this offense look back at this drive and think to themselves, if we'd gotten 6, we'd be in a better spot.
So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his second year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll look to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
The Ravens bring out an extra defensive back here on 3rd. He'll look to throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Ravens, they'll take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. On second down, here's Fournette. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. On 3rd and 10, they go flying past the marker and get nearly 40 yards.
We always talk about the guy who paid off the play, don't we? A guy who caught it or ran it. But how about the elements that go into making a big play? This one in particular, able to scan the field, pocket held up nicely. What a terrific job by the offensive line. The route well run, and the football right on the money.
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Ravens. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. He's at the 30, 10. And this is going to be brought back for a Baltimore touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown.
So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away.
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Now the Buccaneers offensive unit back out on the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's complete to Williams. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. A shotgun give to Fournette. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. To the sideline, and that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line.
14 yards that time and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Up the gut, Fournette. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Fournette. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Fournette running out of the gun. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he delivers a strike complete to Watkins.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Fournette.
And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down.
Fournette again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Leonard Fournette. It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Bucs have got it back to within a score.
Well, solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there. Each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Baltimore about ready to go on offense. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Looking left side, he's got it, complete. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. To throw again on second down. Jackson.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
So out come the Bucs now. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And instead of tying it up, they'll remain down by 3.
Looked like he might have overcompensated there for being on the right hash because you got to make sure you get the angle right. But that time he started it too far left and winds up hooking it way too far.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe you give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
On 3rd down, Jackson. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On the give, McAllister with it. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Jackson. And he's got his man on the out route. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
56 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
What's the old adage, partner? Don't judge the book by its cover, because this guy, he takes the mantra that he'll go down with a brisk gust of wind and sets it on its head. Great effort there to break a tackle and come up with a nice gain.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
On the carry, and he fumbled it. It's on the ground, and the Buccaneers have it. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Throwing on second down. Jackson throwing middle, and it's complete. The Ravens on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Jackson. He's got it. And in for the Ravens touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown as his guys are able to extend their lead. See, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
Taken in at the 3. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
A 45-yard punt, 4 there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It may just be the 2nd quarter, but he's in his zone, well on his way to eclipsing that 100-yard mark.
And when a back has a game, as we're witnessing right now, his name's going to be in the books, but it's really a collective deal, isn't it? Because that means he's getting plenty of blocking, a lot of help from his teammates, but he's making the most of it.
Yeah, he's made the most of it to this point. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson, and his pass incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. To throw is Jackson.
Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
Taken in at the 22. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Right back to Chris Godwin.
And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be dropped at the 36. It's a good gain of 18 on a play that originated back at the 18.
That's the third time on this drive that these two have connected with each other. They've got a real rapport going, and right now it's paying off with big chunks of yardage as shown by that last play.
A 1st and 10 here, and you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost. A pass underneath for Fournette, and he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
So time perhaps for one final kneel down before they take this lead to the locker room. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they were able to have a little bit of success on the ground. The question will be, will they stick with it? Or will they be throwing more to try and regain this lead? Meanwhile, for the Ravens, we take a look there at the numbers for them running the football in that first half.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Expect to see a good number of backups going forward as we are back and underway here in preseason week 2.
And the Bucs ready to go here to begin the 3rd quarter. But, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the 2nd quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards.
I don't care what level of football you played. This one was a universal, wasn't it? When we were kids and we played touch football, remember we get in these positions and you just say, everybody go along and hope someone would come free.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll go up the middle with White. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They give to White on the option. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked.
Kyle Hamilton running up from his safety spot and earning the sack.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. This one will sail out of bounds. It'll depend on the spot here. And the side judge says that went out at the 7-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Draw play, Cohen. And a healthy gain of 8 here. They double their workspace out to the 16.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with a draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
But you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field and they're only thinking one thing, get to the quarterback. And oftentimes you can bypass them with a running play.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Brandon, they're still in the lead, but momentum's certainly been going the opposite direction. So to me, that's a really important pickup there on third down.
Try and regain some confidence, and you're right. They need to stem the tide a little bit. That certainly helped. And here comes throw number 1 for the backup QB. The screen pass here to Cohen. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. 9 good yards there on the run, and now third down.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
That was a rapid run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A couple of first downs have him to the 40 now on 1st and 10. Left side, Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much. It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. Looking to throw. Pittman, he'll bite, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 46 yards on the boot. The coverage holds him to just 3 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Oh, able to avoid him. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down. Off play action, Tannehill. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back, because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. They run straight ahead here with White. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Call it no gain there, and they've got a ways to go now on 3rd down. Now Tannehill. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Baltimore with good starting field position as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. A run between the tackles with Cohen. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
You know, if this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Tannehill. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And out will come the offense as they take over. Throwing to start the drive. Pittman. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. Off play action. Pittman. And this will be incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Pittman. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
The Ravens send their punter out now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Taking it about the 16. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line.
It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
That is taken in by Hurst. Touchdown! 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Ravens will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
On this play, he just made a great route. The quarterback had to deliver it, sure, but a great route run there.
And, Brandon, this is what the best receivers do. They work on their route running because it's one thing to have athletic ability, but to really get open, you have to set up defensive backs with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On second down, they'll run with White. Oh, good move. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Baltimore. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Read option. This is White. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They keep it on the ground. White again. Wow, incredible.
Miss.
46 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tannehill now running the option to the right side. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Tannehill. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. And this is caught by Watkins. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
On 1st and 10, Pittman. And this is Cook with the ground. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Cook up the gut. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10.
And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down, Pittman. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Ravens send their punter out now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
The drive starts with a run by White.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Under pressure, and he's going to go down. Tannehill sacked. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
The Bucs try it on 4th down to come up empty. And the Ravens get the football back and in great shape. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. 1st down, here's the run with Cook. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Pittman.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Brandon, you know more about quarterbacks protecting themselves, but I have to admit it. I liked what I just saw there. That rookie wasn't afraid of absorbing a big hit. Now, you don't want to see him taking those shots all game long, but he picked up the 1st down, kept fighting for yards, and was willing to embrace some contact to keep the play moving.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Pittman over the middle. It's complete. Under 4 to play now. Clock running. 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be first and goal.
Well, I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're in now, you got to get it ASAP.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Stop them, use your timeouts. Easier to move the ball on offense without timeouts than to stop them on defense without using them.
Cohen will score. Touchdown, Baltimore. For this one now, Charles, you'd have to think all but over.
I would agree with that because this offensive line, they've been physical from the first snap of the game, and it's taken a toll on this defense. And it was never more evident than on that play right there. They continue to move the line of scrimmage forward, and they open up enough space there to get their guy into the end zone.
Tucker now to add the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. A drive that time of 6 plays.
And it was polished off by a Tariq Cohen touchdown.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. On first down, it's Tannehill. Looking left side, and it's complete. Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first and 10, Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
From just shy of midfield, Tannehill. Looking left side for Watkins, and he's got it. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Clock management, definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Throwing again is Tannehill. And one more time, that's Watkins.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Tannehill.
He'll get that out to the flat to White. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
From the red zone now, Tannehill. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. On second and 10, Tannehill. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown.
Rashad White.
A 20-yard touchdown.
And the Bucs have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. They'll try the middle with Cook. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Holding offense.
Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Up the middle, it's Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Ravens taking a knee with victory seemingly in hand here.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down.
Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it. And, well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on fourth down. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the team and says, the mission for the season, defend our home field every time, split on the road, and we'll be in the playoffs. That's why defending the home field is vital.